Ready? Play.
Wow.
That's the kind of speed we expect from the younger opponent, the Spaniard, the world number 2, the number 1 seed here in Miami, Carlos Alcaraz, who is going to be serving 2 match points down. He's now really, his back is really up against the wall. This is for his survival in this tournament. Carlos Alcaraz is going to serve into the net, so his tournament hopes depend on a second serve being good. Let's see where he gets with this. Carlos Alcaraz serves back forehand to Dimitrov. Forehand Alcaraz. Cross court is wide and Dimitrov roars. Hands in the air. He is through. He ruins the top 4 lockout. But we don't care because anytime Grigor Dimitrov wins, it's a good news story. He is through to the Miami Open semi-finals. And Carlos Alcaraz is out. Schwarner says it's a huge upset. Do you agree?
I mean, personally, I don't think it's a massive upset. It's obviously a stunning result for Dimitrov, but the way he's been playing in recent months is, this is a testament to how hard he's been working, and when he can, and this is probably the pinnacle of it. All this hard work is leading up to moments like this, which will probably see him go back inside the top 10 in no time at all. Sets up a match against Zverev, who he hasn't beaten since 2014. But with the way he's playing, he'd fancy his chances now.
For sure. There's an opportunity to turn something around to get a victory over Zverev. With the way he's playing, he's going to be pretty confident. I guess it's going to depend on what Zverev brings tomorrow. But yeah, I think Sinner and Medvedev are probably looking at this going, the winner of our semi-final is going to be the favourite for this.
Yeah, I think Medvedev's Sinner. I think I said it a couple of days ago. I think the winner of that semi-final will win the tournament, and that's just become ever more likely now, I think. But you never know.
I do think this might be a really good chance for Medvedev to finally break that losing streak he is having against Sinner. He's been getting closer and closer to beating him each time they've played. Sinner may be looking a little bit more vulnerable compared to how he has been recently. I have a sneaky suspicion this might be Medvedev's tournament.
I agree. I think, I think Medvedev's going to go and defend that title.
Which would be the first time he's ever done that. He's never successfully defended a title before.
Yeah. And it would be good. It would be good to see from he to be fair, he's been so unlucky in finals in recent times, and obviously the Australian Open again, 2-set lead, but it'll be good if he could defend a Masters 1000. He deserves it. But wow, what a couple of semi-finals we've got.
Yeah, and we'll be bringing those semi-finals to you on Talking Tennis. So subscribe if you haven't already to see that content, and hopefully you enjoyed the stream, us bringing it to life. Hopefully we're better than the commentators you got on TV. If you couldn't watch, hopefully we gave you a good description of it. But yeah, Jerome, what's your kind of your wrapping up thoughts on what we just witnessed?
Well, I feel like I'm in 2017. That was a stellar performance from Grigor Dimitrov. I still a bit wow. It's pretty electric. The way he battled back from that blip, and yeah, I feel like that is probably one of his best ever performances in his career, I think, actually. I'm going to put it out there. It's probably one of his biggest wins by far, and it's really actually refreshing to see. I said at the start, I really like how he's kind of resurfacing at the top of his game after a couple of years, since that peak in 2017. He went a couple of years just borderline top 20, top 30 player, but now he's asserting himself right at the top. He's he's beating the big guys and one of the biggest guys in tennis right now in Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah, I think assertive is the word to use, and I agree. I think this is Grigor Dimitrov's best win for a long, long time. I can't think of another win he's had in recent years that's kind of on a similar magnitude. Obviously, I think if he ever beat Djokovic, that would be a bigger deal.
Yeah, definitely. Now I can think of matches where there's been, insane quality, but to do it against Alcaraz as well is. Let's just listen to him now. Actually, speaking.
While he's listening for that, thanks for the $5, Ghosty. You have to let us know if you're saying anything interesting.
He's happy finishing straight sets.
Yeah, that's going to be a relief, given how
he's
back.
His game plan was to use every opportunity he had. He was putting him in very difficult positions, and he was being aggressive. I mean, just like we saw. That's what he's saying. Yeah, once you give him the time of day, Alcaraz is going to punish you. And he took that away from him. And that's, I think we said at the start of the stream, what have you got to do to beat Alcaraz? You've got to take it away from him, and
you have to play the match on your terms and keep it on your terms.
And that's what Grigor did, yeah. And that's rare. It's rare to do that against Alcaraz. We've only seen it a handful of times in recent months, but
And here's the thing, producers reminding us that his match against Hanfman was 46 minutes. Suddenly, this level is world beating against pretty much anyone. And although he's probably the outside contender out of the 4 semi-finalists, he's a realistic contender. It wouldn't be crazy for him to win this title. Yeah,
it's as yeah. I mean, if with performances like that, you're right. It wouldn't be like out of this world if he was to win it. But it's going to be interesting if he can get to a final, that is. But to see how he plays against Sasha, who's going to punish him with those serves. So let's see. Alcaraz is. I don't really recall. I mean, Alcaraz did hit a few aces, but his serving game wasn't the greatest.
Everyone, Vanch's tweet is kind of where I was thinking of. The match, Dimitrov's best match of his career was up to this point thought to be that Australian Open semi-final against Nadal, where he narrowly lost. But yeah, the level he brought, he outplayed Alcaraz. Like, we were in awe of the tennis he was playing, the winners he was producing, Grigor Dimitrov. And yeah, obviously it's going to depend on the quality of the opponent, but Zverev is if Zverev relies on kind of soaking up and sabotaging the other person's game, and if you're on fire, actually that's not gonna have much effect. So I think Dimitrov has a reasonable chance there, and then it's going to come down to how does he deal with Sinner or Medvedev in the final. It's going to be dependent completely on whether he can carry on this kind of level, which I think has been Dimitrov's biggest problem in his career, especially when it comes to the biggest level tournaments. He has a Masters 1000 title already, Cincinnati 2017. he did win the ATP finals. I think he got a little bit fortunate that David Goffin beat Roger Federer. Otherwise, and I'm not just talking as a Federer fan, I think that was a weird loss from Federer that year. And had he played Federer in the final, he probably wouldn't have been the champion. I think that's going to be the biggest question for him, is carrying that on. But I think he's going to give it a darn good go. And we've been saying he's playing the best tennis that we've seen from him for a while.
Yeah, I mean, and arguably you could probably say, well, not the best, but Zverev is also at high point in his game, so that is going to be an interesting matchup to see if he can kind of get his head-to-head a bit of a boost there, because it needs it. But
actually beat him when he's not a scrawny teenager.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think I need to go to bed after that, and I'm going to wake up tomorrow still thinking about it. But
yeah, and we'll probably be talking about this result tomorrow, or whoever's doing the stream. That one is going to be doing that. I was going to say, I'm going to do a quick plug before wrapping up. Not for my work actually, but for Mario's.
I saw that.
If those of you who might be starting to jump to conclusions about where Alcaraz is at, I highly recommend the piece that Mario just produced for Popcorn Tennis, his debut for the site. It literally came out today. It's our most recent post, but it's about how sort of the narrative we can quickly react to results and write off or overhype players. And Alcaraz and Sinner have been victims of that recently, and both proved the narratives wrong based on sort of recent form. So definitely worth checking that article out in light of this Alcaraz loss. And that's obviously from Mario. Breaking news: Alexandra versus Collins is going to be on the channel, which is going to be in 5 minutes. So Jerome and I are going to go to bed in our separate cities, and I will. So it's been absolutely brilliant. Thanks so much for your time, Jerome.
Thank
maybe
you.
See you on another stream.
Definitely. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Take care, everyone, and keep talking tennis.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.